Hello, I'm Delit, and I love to cross stitch. Today is Sunday, February 9th, and it is night. This is when I was able to get around to making my video. It's been a little while since I made one. I really have been kind of focused on just about 3 projects, and so I only have a little bit to show you. I have some things that I got for Christmas or people gave me. That's really all I have tonight. Um, and I have one project that I started making that's crochet, that's not cross stitch, that I thought I would show you. Um, let's start with the gift that I was given. My friend made me her first piece of cutwork lace, and it's a beautiful table runner. I hope you could see that well enough. I think so. Let's see. Yeah. Anyhow, I still need to iron it, and then it can go on our dining room table here. It will actually look really nice in here. Um, and I am very honored that she decided to make this for me. Thank you so much. I tried making cutwork lace, but it's pretty and it looks like fun. And my coworker made everyone, she embroiders a lot, and she made us all these little snowflakes that we can hang on our tree. I need to actually add some lace or something so that I can hang it up. But anyway, isn't that cute? And I got another snowflake. Well, really, it was given to me and my parents by my cousin Pamela in California. She had crocheted this pretty snowflake, and I was reading in one of my old journals about when I made several snowflakes crochet, and I've never hung them on my tree, and I need to figure out where they are so that I can starch them and put them on my tree. Let's see. And well, I'll just go ahead and show you this crochet so that then the rest can be cross stitch. This will be fast enough. I have been wanting to crochet with bamboo ever since my friend who made me the cutwork lace made me some scarves last year from bamboo yarn, and it was so silky soft. So this is like a rayon made from bamboo, and it's a pretty thin yarn. And when I was choosing a pattern, she recommended against certain ones that I wanted to make because she said it won't really hold the shape as well, and it really is the kind that will not. But anyway, I have been using, I was going to show you the hook so I could show you the size crochet hook I'm using. Anyway, um, I'm using a size I. It's a fairly big crochet hook for me. I'm used to more like a G or an H. But anyway, I did buy, this is what, sorry, here's the pattern. I guess I should hold it this way because that's upside down. This way so that you can see the pattern. And I was crocheting along and the sides started to look crooked and I had to take out several rows. And it comes out so easy as I am showing you this. So I've done quite a bit of it, more than half, but I still have another ball of this so that I can finish it off and then have something to put like on the end, like a fringe or an edging of some kind. Anyway, there it is. I love the color. I don't crochet that often, but I've really been enjoying this. I cross stitch and then I'll crochet a row. And then I cross stitch and I crochet a row. And then there were a couple days when all I did was crochet. So that helped me make a lot of progress on that. I'm still just a beginner because I only crochet about once every 15 years. But I got out my mother's encyclopedia of crochet, and it has several patterns, and I would like to try them. And so I thought, well, I would love to make an afghan. I'll try this pattern and make an afghan with that. And then she wanted some patterns, so I got out her um, one of her old magazines, and I thought, I want to make just about everything in here. It had a skirt, which I thought would be fun to make. Um, so anyhow, that's what I think I will do, but I have to go get the yarn. And when I went to look at yarn at Hobby Lobby the other day, I thought, man, for an afghan, you need quite a lot of the same dye lot. Maybe I'll just go online and order it. But I did find the brand or the kind of yarn that I'm going to get. I really love this bamboo. I almost chose another bamboo yarn, but I think the one I'm actually going to get is an acrylic that's just very soft. I can't remember the name of the brand, or I would tell you. But anyhow, some other things that I got, maybe I'll show you that before I show you my cross stitch. There's just not that much. But I have been wanting pinking shears that I can take to my fabric and not have to sew around it, and so it won't unravel. So that was a Christmas gift to me from my mother. They're a big, heavy-duty pair of pinking shears, and right before Christmas, or was it after Christmas? I might have gotten my Christmas gifts after Christmas. I can't remember if it was before or after. My mother is mostly homebound, so I have to go get it. Anyway, I might have gone before Christmas. They had a lot of stuff on sale, like their scissors, which doesn't go on sale that much. Anyhow, I got some fabric. This is gifts from my parents for my Christmas, but I got to pick it out. I got some cotton for embroidery, so I can do some crewel embroidery and just regular embroidery. And then I got this hop sack linen that I just love. One might be something that just looks like linen, but in any case, they're things you can cross stitch on. I thought this was a beautiful color. And there's a pattern, a design, a free design. Turns out I didn't have to pay for it, from Owl Forest. I could just download it onto my computer. And I have been wanting to do the Emerald City design. And I would have ordinarily started it, but I have been really obsessed with these two or three projects that I've been working on. So I just haven't started anything else new, including that. And then I just got some other hop sack linens for other projects. I thought this brown was really nice to do some projects on. I was thinking cream would look really pretty on that, or even if somebody was showing a pink pattern done on pink and creams done on a darker brown, and it just looked really, really pretty. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to stitch on that or on this. This is more of like a wine color, burgundy color. It might look brown to you, but it really is just a deep, deep red, almost a plum color. And my mother and father also got me some silk threads for my Heartsease Exemplar Works pattern that I need to work on, but I have not been working on. They also got me, or Santa might have gotten me. I can't remember who it was, whether it was my parents or me shopping for Santa Claus. Some more napkins that I can embroider on to go with the other napkin set that I have. I've shown that on here before, but so it's a red design. It's really pretty. It might not be the same size. It looks a little bigger. I might have to do a different pattern on that, because it might just look kind of funny to have some that are different sizes, or maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. And then I've been wanting this. I have like my little spreadsheet on my computer of patterns that I'm trying to hold that so you don't have a glare on it, that I want to get by different designers, like my favorite designs that I'd like to purchase, so that I know like, which one should I get next? Because I would love to buy every Rosewood Manor or every chatelaine, or and I don't have any chatelaine, but I am thinking of that being my next one, but I've had a hard time picking one. And some designers, it's easier for me to say that is my favorite design, the one I most want from that designer. So I might just pick a different design from a different designer just because it would be easier to pick it. Also cheaper. Chatelaine is kind of pricey, especially if you add all of the crystals, beads, and threads. It's just quite an investment. This is by Carriage House Samplings. It's Anna's Bird. I love it. I'm excited to start it. It's actually not all that big, so it shouldn't take that long once I start it. Kind of like the owl that I had started that I haven't made any progress on. You have to actually stitch on it for it to not take very long. Another thing that I got was I finally got a sewing box, and this has been so handy because I had all this stuff spread out on the couch, and every time somebody came and needed a place to sit, I'd have to gather it all up and throw it on the table, which looks so nice. But anyhow, mostly this thing that comes out of the top is so nice that I can put my scissors in, which usually this goes there, my needles. Then like I keep my loose needles here. I can just put loose threads in here or whatever floss I'm working on. These little things that come off that you might not want to lose. You want to remember what that is. The other day I bought this because I was keeping all of my yarns and flosses down underneath the plastic that you take out of the top. But, and my little scarf fit in there so nice right under that. That was nice. But not when I put this in there. I have to not keep this in there to put the scarf in. And the scarf is getting so big now that I've just taken the scarf out and I keep this in there. And this is for all of my skeins of floss. This is all DMC. You know, that has been handy. It really fits quite a lot. And I think, you know, I know there's more complicated systems that are probably more organized. This works well for me. I like it. And then I also bought a bunch of these cards. I haven't written the numbers on yet, but I had all these loose threads in sitting in here, and I'd have to take them out and then figure out which green it was I needed. It's a lot easier to have it like this for all my loose ones. And this is based on a project. So this is for one project. This is another project. And then I have some more cards for other projects to put them on. This is just what I'm working on right now. And it tucks in side of this sewing box very nicely. I do have my spare yarn in here for my scarf. That was called Loops and Threads, by the way. It's called Rayon from Bamboo, Silky Soft. And I just bought 3 of these for this scarf. Anyway, I just love touching it. That was how I picked out the yarn for the next afghan that I'm going to make. Is I held them to my face and said, which one is softer? But anyway, that goes back in here. And I heard someone on another video say Anchor has gone out of business. But I had started buying Anchor floss at Joann's. I do like it, but I guess they've gone out of business. So I keep those in here. This sewing box is perfect for my thread. And I'm not sure why those things are in there. But anyway, that's where I've been keeping all of this. Tuck it right back in. And let's see. Unfortunately, there's a little button that goes on the front that came off. But anyhow, they had these on sale too, I think, at Joann's around Christmas time. But that is part of the Christmas that my parents gave me. And also this is an afghan that came in the mail that we ordered, I guess, probably 1, 2, 3 stitch. And this is one of the projects, which we'll just go ahead and start with this project. This is the newest project that I'm working on. Back in June, I got COVID. My mother and father also got COVID, and it was quite an ordeal. I feel like I still am lagging behind as a result of that, with my energy level and things like that. Um, and I had terrible insomnia as a result because I couldn't breathe, so I couldn't sleep. And that has continued on. I got 8 hours last night and the night before, but before that, it was like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And I might get an hour or two nap in the afternoon, but still, that was only totaling 2 or 3 hours a day. Never really more than 5 hours of sleep in any day over like several days together. So it just has been really hard. Um, but anyhow, when I had the insomnia, man, just what are you going to think about for hour after hour after hour as you can't sleep and can't breathe? And I started trying to think of every kind of tree there is. And then for the ones that I didn't think of on my own, I would watch a YouTube video, yes, in the middle of the night when everyone else was trying to sleep. I was watching someone off in the forest showing me the difference between different kinds of bark and twigs and everything. I loved it. And so I still am kind of obsessed with that and wanted to do an afghan that had every kind of tree. That's how I picked the Rosewood Manor design that is the Garden of, I guess it's like the Garden of Eden, except for it's just trees. Well, there's some wildlife in there, but mainly trees. I decided I want to make my own. And the tree I picked to go in the middle is a cedar of Lebanon. Now, and I'm going to put different trees, not every tree. There are a lot of kinds of trees, but my favorite kinds of trees are going to go on this afghan. And now I've already started planning another afghan that has a cedar of Lebanon tree, but like really big. And then I thought, well, I think I want to do quite a lot of things, like various pillows with trees and a tablecloth with them and napkins and something that you frame that has all of the trees right close together, like they're in a forest. Even though some trees don't really grow together, palm trees and blue spruce or whatever. So that's my cedar of Lebanon. I'll see if I can fold it up small enough to show you. There's going to be about 35 trees on this. Each square is actually not all that big. And so even though a redwood tree, a cedar of Lebanon, a sycamore, a great big oak tree or yew tree is really enormous, they're going to be kind of tiny on here. I think this is the best way to be able to show this to you up close. So I haven't done the middle part, but I have started putting some of the limbs on here, and it will fill this whole thing. It's mostly going to be the lighter green. The trunk isn't necessarily really this color, but because the branches are so big and expansive, there's a lot of shade, and it makes it look very dark and shadowy. So that's why it's this dark color. And not maybe the real color of the wood, because I haven't actually seen a cedar of Lebanon like in real life. So I only have pictures to go by, and I'm just basing it off of a picture on the internet. But I would love to go stand underneath one of those great big trees. Just lovely. Another project that has taken a lot of my time. Oh, I also got this when I was at Joann's. It was like $4, and I thought that's great. I can just lay my projects in here, and it keeps them nice. And I can put any threads that I might need. That's my anchor floss that I use for the tree trunk, or it might be the one that I haven't used yet. Put the lighter gray to make it look like that's where the sun is shining and it's kind of highlighting the wood. But I have shown you this before. My mother has this beautiful project she's been stitching on black Aida, 14 count, called Victorian Floral Spray. Sorry about my nose. Anyway, that's the progress that I've made. She had done the border, but hadn't done the gold filament. So I had taken it all out. I had recommended to her that it would look better with the gold filament, and I was willing to take it out and put it back in. And so The only reason I haven't worked on it in a few weeks is I ordered more of the gold, and the color as I started to stitch with it was too dark. And when I went to the store to get the lighter color, they were out. So we do need to order, anyway, more. You can see I've come down quite a ways with the gold filament on this side, and I'm starting over here on this side, coming down with the thicker, with the GMC floss and gold filament combined. But this isn't completely finished with the swirl. I call it the swirly gold. That's just the gold filament. But it's very nearly finished. This part is done for the top, and I have started coming down here. So you just repeat this all the way around, it's the same. And in fact, we need to go and finish the middle. She might have some things to fix, and then there's a lot of back stitching to be done in the middle. And we haven't been doing that, but we need to make that a 2025 goal to start doing that. Anyhow, I was excited to show you the progress. That's one of the reasons I haven't started very many new projects or done a lot of work on my other projects, because I have been making a lot of progress on her gold. I will stitch on that, then I'll stitch on one of my projects, then I'll stitch on that when I have the gold to work on. I haven't had that though. And then, see, these are just going to go in that little peach colored box when I'm done showing you, and that will be a nice, easy way to transport them and store them. I had shown you this sampler that I am making to honor my third great grandmother, Anne Marie Bendixen Hansen, who was a Danish immigrant in the 1800s. She was a Mormon convert and crossed the plains, but only halfway. She died in a cattle stampede in Nebraska, and that's where she is buried with a couple of other people who died then too. And when I showed this to you before, I think I just had, a couple hearts and little pink flowers. I should hold it up closer for you to see. I had been planning out my rose, but I don't think I had shown you, the rose over here on the side. So, and I had certainly not done her name at that point. So I'll put this in closer. So I decided on this color. I'm going to have a kind of lacy looking, rather thin border that goes around the top and side. I don't know that I decided against doing two vases with flowers like I had talked about, because I felt like I wouldn't have enough space in the middle for everything I wanted to put in the main part of the sampler. So I decided to just have one vase, one rose, one Queen of Denmark rose. Haven't gotten down to the vase yet, and I have a place to do the leaves, but I haven't started them yet. I have started doing my leaves for my prairie rose, but you only see one by each prairie rose, but there will be more. And then still like stems and vines, and it's going to be a lot fuller, hopefully, the next time you see it. After I get her name, I need to put some more information. I haven't decided exactly what and in what order to put it, Then I have there's a song and alphabet and a scripture verse that I want to put, and some other motifs. I have to decide for sure what I'm doing on the bottom. I was going to do two vases, and one of the vases was going to have a mermaid. Being Danish, I didn't know what should represent her being Danish, and I had thought, what about a mermaid for The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen? But I'm only doing one vase, and that vase is going to have the swan for The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. That's supposed to symbolize her being Danish. Also, I just think it will be pretty on a vase, a kind of darker blue vase. The alphabet and writing is all going to be very colorful. I just want it to be a very colorful sampler. I had thought about along the bottom putting a mermaid and some water, maybe. But I don't know. I might change my mind on that, so don't hold me to it. I can put that over here. That is it. That is everything, except I was going to mention that I had been thinking maybe I would also do a sampler to honor her mother, who died when she was 10. And her mother lived her whole life in Denmark in this one town in Vejle, Denmark. I think Gaversland, but that could have been her husband. There's another town that could be her town. I'm not sure. I need to check. But I haven't decided exactly what would go on her afghan yet. And I haven't decided for sure if that's the next sampler I'm going to do, but I've been feeling inclined towards it. It just depends because I do have some other ancestors that I've thought of doing a sampler for. So I have plenty of projects I've already started and a lot of patterns that I could start doing those projects. But I think that's, oh, I was going to mention some of the YouTubers that I've watched that I really enjoyed today is the Lancashire Stitcher. She's in England. She just has a very nice mixture. She shows her cross stitch, but also her knitting, and she talks about her walking. She goes and walks around and sees different things. She does a lot of that. Sounds nice, and then shows you the pictures, and just very enjoyable. I also came across someone called Julie, and really, really enjoyed all of her projects. There's quite a few. Mom and I liked watching together The Runner Stitcher. Partly his videos just before Christmas were kind of short, and my mom likes that. I like that too, actually. But we continued to follow and watch him, and just really enjoyed that. And geez, I don't know. We watched this one and that one. Lots of different ones, but I thought I'd mention a few that you can check out if you're wanting to watch a new YouTube Flosstube video. Keep cross stitching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Take care.